Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today for Alliance Wars Season 19, Episode 5. Now, I've already said in my last war video at the end that this was not my best war in the world, dude. We'll talk all about that, why, when we get to it. I'll tell you right away, I have 2 deaths in this war. One of them is completely my fault, and one of them not so much, but we'll talk about that, alright? Up first, we're going on Path 6. This is my first time on Path 6. I haven't done it in the off-season, I haven't done it this season yet, so it's fairly simple. It's like Aggression Fury, and I believe there's some sort of energize or increased power gain here, but I was thinking about going in with Omega, but I'm just remembering from last season when I was still in D69. It was like the second to last war to the end of the season. I fought Torch with Omega Red, and I got incinerated because he was bugged. I don't know if he's still bugged, but, you know, I got burned by bugs last war. I don't want to get burned by bugs again. Burned by bugs. Get it? Human Torch. So I tossed on the invulnerability boost, and I just quaked it, man. It's Aggression Fury, so if I took like 1 medium or 1 light, it'd be lights out for me. So I'm just getting through this fight here. I don't Quake Torch too often, so I did a couple duels, but it went fairly simple, and I feel like that invulnerability boost went to waste when I could have used it later. Spoiler alert. Let's move on here, and we have a Magik here. I don't even remember what the nodes are. I believe this one has actually Power Alternator. Yeah, there's still some time on the boost, so I think I look at it here. Yeah, so it's Power Focus and also Power Alternator. So if I were to hit her, like let's say I fought her with Omega Red, if I have more power than she does, after 15 seconds, you know, she would get the power I have, and that would trigger Limbo, and that wouldn't be a very good time for anybody, because then I would take some Limbo damage, and then I would probably die, and then I'd be pretty annoyed about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here with Quake, and I'm just going to Quake her to hell. And that's really it. I'm not going to gain any power. Actually, I have like, what is that, 10% of a bar of power right now because I did parry. So she has my 10% bar of power. But aside from that, that's really going to be it. 1 or 2 more quick cycles, and this one's going to be flushed down the drain. No problem at all with this fight. Very, very simple fight here. But yeah, that's it, man. Kind of a waste of invulnerability boost when you look back at it, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, right? I tend to boost when I don't have to, and then when I should boost, I don't, because I feel like I don't need it. But I usually don't. Like, usually when I die, it's not because I don't have a boost active. But yeah, dude, so that was the first 2 fights of this path here. And up next, we have a very, 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 very tough fight that I haven't taken before. It is a Nick Fury on steady build-up Fury, so if I have 3 debuffs on me, he's going to get the passive Fury, but that's not too bad. What's bad here is the heavy hitter. Why is that? Because when you're fighting a stun immune matchup, what do? You tend to bait out their heavy attack, and you tend to go in for an opening there. But what can't we do when there's heavy hitter? Well, we can't bait out their heavy attacks. So we'll get into that later. We'll get into that a little bit more when it comes to it. But right off the bat, when I fight Nick Fury, usually what I do is I bait out his heavy attack, I dash back once, and I interrupt his heavy with my heavy. It works every single time. He has a very long heavy. But in his first life here, I can stun him. I'm very used to fighting like Nick Fury bosses and mini bosses that happen to be completely stun immune, so I just typically don't even stun him. As you can see right there, like after that second hit, he goes like 1-2, and after the second one, that's when I toss my heavy attack, usually. But here, I'm taking it a little bit slower. I'm just parrying him a bunch. I'm just playing it very safe because you guys know I like to do Alliance War very safe. That way I don't die. And we got through his entire first life here, pretty much almost at full health. We took a little bit of block damage, but for the most part, man, he's just about to enter a second life, and we're at full health. So now, keep in mind here, he's stun immune, and I can't bait out his heavy attack. So like mid-fight, there's nowhere I can practice this. I have to like come up with a way to take off 30% of his health without parrying him, without you know, interrupting his heavy attack, and now he's unblockable. So boom, let's look at that. Let's look at what just happened right there, man. So he dashed back, he hit me with a big combo, I got a little bit of health back with the special one, and he's about to do it again, man. Like here, dude, oh man, it's just like it comes with like it comes with the whole like new map still getting used to like hard matchup things. But let's look at this. All right, I went back, I went to intercept him there, he dexed out of my medium and crit me twice, took away pretty much my entire health bar, and then at the end you know, I stalled after that last heavy attack because he was still unstoppable, and I went in, but he intercepted me with a medium. Boom! Right in the face. So that was annoying. That wasn't a fun time, but it is what it is. You know, but I was thinking, I took a couple minutes before going back in, I thought of a strategy of like, how can I get this guy down? Because clearly going in after the heavy attack when the unstoppable is gone, that's not safe, doesn't appear to be safe. So what can I do? And I was thinking, and my initial thought process was, all right, let me get a bunch of spores on him, and let me try and maybe tap him with a light attack after his heavy attack, and like maybe hit into his block a little bit. But then I realized he's kind of backing me into the corner, and eventually he's getting those indestructible charges on him, so that's not going to work. And then this happened right here, and then the light bulb clicked. I have to bait out his entire combo on the block. I have to parry 5 times in a row, re-parry, double parry 5 times in a row, and then go into a combo. So yeah, like I said, that comes along with getting used to new matchups. If I were to do this fight again, I think I would solo it pretty easily, because now I understand the last phase of that fight. But let's move on to this fight, man. And this fight has some interesting nodes here, man. It has a lot of nodes. It has like buff weakness or something like that, but most importantly, it has rich get richer. So what that means is that whoever has the most unique buffs is going to be gaining power passively like a freaking madman, dude. And really quick, before we go into this fight, I do want to show you this screenshot from my officer Clowny's Clown, who insisted that when I make my war video to make sure I explain that the Venom death was 100% not on me. I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but he insisted, and I just thought that was really funny. We had a chat about it before, really funny times, but just watch Venom's health bar here, man. Venom is a stubborn defender, so he's going to be consistently gaining power, and I can't really like dex him, or else he's not going to take any damage from my spores. So what I have to do is just hope and pray that he keeps tossing off that special 1, or worst case scenario, the special 2, man. And he's just not throwing his specials, dude, and he's shooting up, and he finally tosses off the special 3, and he clips me in the face, but I got the death field back. So there's still a chance here. There's still a chance. We're close to a special 3, but so is he, and he's shooting up, man. Here, I thought I was gonna do it. I thought I was gonna get to the special 3, and we were like literally 1% away from reaching a special 3, and we could have drained his power. Dude. Oh man, I mean, this fight was like on paper unwinnable from the beginning. I realize that now. You know, when I first got assigned the fight, I was like, let's look at this for a second. Let's look at this first. So I was going in, I had one more medium. I couldn't like back off. He was at 3 bars of power at this point. So it was either like go for it, just really go for it, and like hope he doesn't throw his special 3, or hope I get to a special 3, or nothing. There was no way to get to a special 3 there. Unfortunately, he didn't toss off the special 1s like I wanted them to. I went in and finished with Quake, no big deal at all. But you know what? I made up for those 2 deaths with a very impressive defensive show in this war. My Weapon X, he got 23 kills, and my Invisible Woman got 3, and my Havoc got 1. So that's good. 27 kills is by far the most amount of kills I have ever gotten in my life. But anyway, on paper, looking back at it now, there's really no way that I beat that Venom unless I toss on either an indestructible boost or an advanced power boost, and I didn't realize that beforehand. I didn't think he was going to be gaining power like mad like that, and neither did Clown, neither did anybody else in the battle group when we talked about it. I thought about like maybe bringing it up, but I just thought I'd be able to smash through it with Omega, but apparently I couldn't. So yeah, dudes, those are 2 annoying deaths. The first one with Fury, that's just a lack of, there was no mismatch there. It was just a lack of practice there, getting comfortable with the nodes. I think the plan was good in the future. I feel fine about that fight. And the Venom fight, that was definitely a mismatch. That was definitely, should have been like a Doom or a Magik or a Doc Ock. Maybe not Doc Ock, because he can't be, or can he be power locked? I don't know. But regardless, it has to be somebody with buffs or with power control, alright? But you know what, really quick, man, I want to circle back to what I was talking about in like my first war video at the end when I sent the video, the screenshot of what Clown sent me about how I died in the first war, but he was like really happy to be playing with me, and that I did really great in the war, and that we're really excited to be here together, blah, 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 blah. And he literally messaged me and was like, I want you to tell the people on YouTube, make sure they know that that's 100% not your fault. And that just literally goes back to what I was saying about a culture and an alliance and surrounding yourself with people who aren't raging assholes and who all want to support each other and play and have fun together. But all of that being said, rants aside, let's jump over to my terrible stats from this week. All right, so war number 5 was versus the New Mutants, and originally, I think it was New Mutants. That's their name, yeah. And originally I was going to take one more fight. I was going to take a mini boss Korg, really simple fight with Hurt Locker and a couple other nodes, but my Omega was dead, and we were already winning by a sizable margin at that point, and we had another Omega alive, and we just figured it makes more sense just to have somebody else just smash it out so I don't have to spend like 3 potions and a revive and maybe a boost. So my stats would have looked a little bit better if I did take that fight, but I mean, these stats are imaginary and they're just for fun. And what matters is the win, the win that we got, right? And we already won at that point. So kills went up, of course, to 25. We got 2 annoying deaths up to 5. We got our solo rate went down by 5%, not the biggest deal in the world. That's actually a lot smaller of a decrease than I expected. Adjusted difficulty rate always goes up. Solo rate bonus, ooh, that shot down by about -1%. Power rating went up only by a little bit this week, not by a lot at all. TDR per fight went down by 0.01, and our pure rank in Battle Group 1 went down to 9th place. So that is not very good, dude. So definitely gonna have to try and make up for that in the next couple of wars. Definitely try to redeem myself a little bit there. But yeah, dudes, overall, like I said, not my worst war in the world. There's not much I could have done about that Venom fight, but that Nick Fury fight, I was definitely a little bit salty when he decked out of my medium and comboed me to hell there. But in the future, I know that I should just parry him until I can find an opening once it gets down to 30%. You know, usually when you fight Nick Fury, you want to like have a special 3 in the bank, but you can't do that with Power Alternator. But yeah, dudes, there's a lot going on that node. Overall, just brush it off. You know, if you die in war, try your best to brush it off and just keep on moving for the next one. We still have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wars left. We're only 5 in, so we're not even halfway done with the season yet. All right, my dudes, that's gonna be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do me a favor and leave a like, comment what you think about that Venom fight in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want to see some more 4 Loki war videos coming to you very, very, very soon. I'll be seeing you around.